It was interesting talking to Fandango about his debut and working with you, and like he's like, I had no idea. Oh, ballroom dance? I don't know how to dance.
Oh my God, they sent us to dance classes. Bullshit. Like I took 2 classes and they were like, go. He was the worst dancer too. Oh my God. I think Kurt took like 15 dance classes. Like.
But he was dancing with an actual professional for the first few weeks.
Yeah.
And then you got the call. And
so they were having it an extra every other week, like a different girl in each city. But then they repeated one girl, which is a mistake because then the fans liked her.
Sure.
They get used to her.
The Fandango girl.
Totally. So then it's like the Fandango girl. So then you're having to fly someone. Yeah. So then you might as well fly one of us, you know? So it's like...
It's probably better than teaching someone dance moves every week.
But like hire a local dancer wherever you are. But it was probably more work for them or whatever. And so then came London. They were going to Europe. And it was the O2 Center. Yeah. And you can't bring Fandango Girl over there because she's not an employee and she's not an independent contractor. So they were like, oh, all right, we'll bring Summer. I have no idea why they picked. Well, they probably picked me because at the time it was like Soraya, she's not going to be the dancer. Evilise, she's not going to be the dancer. You know, so it was like people that didn't pick, you know, fit the role visually, I guess. So I remember they sent me over there and I remember Hunter took me down the ramp. I think it was at O2 Center, and he gave me a crash course. He said, which I love. This is great advice from Hunter. He said, it's not about you. It's about him. You're going to be a valet. This is what China did when she was with DX. She always looked at me. She never looked at the camera. You're always looking at the person. You're putting them over. If they get too close, if they move, you move. You're always behind them. Oh, it drives me nuts when I watch some valet girls now, and I see them in the front. It's not about her. And China was, you know, visually, like, how can it not be about her when you look at her? So hearing him say that, I was like, okay. And he was like, this is a one-off. We're going to do this. And then, you know, you're going to go back down. I said, tell me less. Let's do it. We did it. And then they messed up because it was Chris Jericho. The whole feud, he grabs me as part of the gimmick, grabs me, spins me, dips me in my debut. So if I wasn't in the shadows, now I'm definitely not in the shadows. Yeah. Me and, you know, one of the greatest. And he's dipping me, and they make it about me. Fandango throws a fit. Well, shit, that looks like a debut for Summer Rae. I think I did the whole tour with him, the dark shows and everything. Then I go back the next week. Fandango Girl comes up, and Twitter loses their mind. Starts trending on Twitter. I can't believe, which is funny because they all threw a stink because they wanted her. And when I was up there, I can't believe she's not there. Justice for Summer Rae, all this stuff. And I say this to be like, people think that the internet doesn't matter. Like but the wrestling community and the internet like can make changes. Like the Divas Revolution. Like they really listen to it. WWE, AEW for sure listens to it. Tony and. They went in the stink, and I thought it was cool. I was at home like, oh, I'm trending on Twitter. Never in a million years would I think they'd be like, all right, bring her back. Yeah. And I remember they brought him back, and I can't remember. I see the arena in my head. I don't know what city. And Hunter goes, well, I guess you're on, kid. And he's like, they want you. He's like, but remember what I said. He's like, let's go do a walkthrough again, you know? And he was like, it's very important. Like, we're putting a lot in Fandango. He had just come off his WrestleMania match with Jericho, which even the girl was there. The Fandango Girl. I'm like, that could have been my moment. And so we had a really good run, and I think pivoting is good. Kurt always knew he was open to using me, like, as a valet. He was great. A lot of the boys don't like having a girl and don't understand that. They think it's the beginning of Job Fest 99, you know, having a girl. And I think some of the greatest know how to utilize a valet, even if it's a man, you know, with Heyman. Well, we can have a whole chat about Heyman. He's the best. But
the best,
yeah. And like I remember RVD knew how to use girl. Like when we had a match, he's like, "Oh, I'm so happy Summer's here. Let's use Summer for the spot. Let's use, you know." And I remember even there was a time where I really messed up a match bad and interfered at the wrong time, and I effed it all up. And even after that, Kurt was hot, but he was like, all right, well, let's forget about it. Next town. And so, you know, Fandango, Kurt was like the best partner. But I think what worked really well for us was we weren't friendly. We weren't chummy. We weren't like sitting next to each other buddy. We really met at the curtain and kept it like super professional. And there's no drama when you do that.